Hey, what's up, Mission Pro fans? Welcome to another edition of Mission Pro Unmatched. I'm here joined by my best coast from the West Coast, Trenda Majellan. What's up, Trenda?
Hey, front row. Man, it's been a long week. Glad the weekend is here. Let's talk wrestling.
Okay, it's Thursday. I have to keep reminding you there's still another day of the week.
No, why do you do that to me every Thursday? It's like, no, this is the end. Tomorrow's the last day. It's the wind down. Getting
Okay.
ready for the weekend.
Okay. As our good friend Money Mark likes to say, it's Friday Eve.
Okay, I'll take that right now. I'm due for a Friday Eve.
I want to say hi to everybody in the chat. I see Monrovia Mike's in there. I see Tony Justice, Matthew, Brian. Oh, Mrs. Front Row. Bob is in there. Bob Burger's in there.
Hey.
A lot of people joining us already. We have a lot to talk about.
A lot going on this week in the world of wrestling.
Oh my goodness, yes. I just want to make sure folks know on a mission this week we had a special start time on a mission on Tuesday. Emily had a chance to sit down with Mission Pro champion Tiffany Nieves and the NWA World's Heavyweight Champion EC3 to talk about Tiffany's title defense against Celeste at the Exodus Pro show this weekend on Saturday. That's going to be very cool. I'm excited for Tiffany. Of course, my money's always on the champ.
Yeah,
but it was an interesting interview.
Let's go, champ. Yeah, and I believe like you said, it was a special start time at I believe it was 3 p.m. Eastern,
3 p.m.
Central, Pacific.
Yeah,
Eastern, 6 o'clock. Okay, so yeah,
it doesn't matter when it airs.
It was earlier, but please go back and watch the replay. See, that's why you gotta have a time.
You can watch the replay any time zone, whenever you want, middle of the night, first thing in the morning, whatever. It's fine. Just go check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, but it was a great interview, and I'm looking forward to seeing what our champ can do and going out there and defending the title for us, and just putting on a great show because I have all the confidence in the world in her. So let's go, Tiff.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We are just over a few weeks. There's 2 weeks away from Mission Pro Thriller.
Yes.
The card's heating up. The rivalries are heating up. We've seen a lot of back and forth on Twitter between the different competitors. I'm very excited. We'll be there live in San Antonio on October 21st. If you're also going to be there, make sure you check out, go to the website, missionprowrestling.com for tickets. If you're not able to be there, make sure you tune into Title Match Network at 6 p.m. Central, 7 p.m. Eastern. Trenda, you're going to be there? Mrs.
I'll be there. Looks like Mario's going to be there too. Front row seats. Hey, nice. Can't wait to meet you.
There we go. Excellent. He didn't buy me. I think he bought actual front row tickets. So that's
No, I mean Mario. I was gonna. Hi, Mario. All right.
All right, we're off the rails already. We just got started. And I've only had soda tonight.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so I am excited to say that we did receive a message from Black Swan Zoe Dubois. She has answered JP Harlow's open casket challenge and will be facing him in a casket match at Thriller on October 21st. I'm very excited about this match. I'm excited to see Black Swan return. I'm a little nervous for JP, but we're gonna have to wait and see how all that goes.
Oh wow! So okay, it's official, and whoa! I can't wait to see what that looks like. Like, what did she say?
Well, we'll share that with everybody in just a couple minutes. I did also want to remind folks that Mission Pro Wrestling will have a presence. We're going to have a table at WrestleCade this year. I believe it's November 25th, Saturday. And we'll be there from 10 a.m. till 5 p.m. Come by and say hi. We are going to be there. Trenda's going to be there. Neil, our good friend Neil's going to be there. A lot of the Mission Pro fans will be there as well. And we have a couple of announcements coming up for special guests you can come and visit at the table. So stay tuned for that.
Yes. Two very special guests so far that we know of, and I believe they are top of the line guests that everyone will want to meet. So please come out if you're in North Carolina.
Yep. As my wife says, Winston-Salem, North Carolina. And it's funny because when we first started going to WrestleCade, Winston-Salem, I think, had some of the industry had sort of backed out of, or it was sort of a rundown town. But in recent years, a lot of people have poured a ton of money. There's new restaurants and businesses, and there's a lot going on there now. So like when we go there for WrestleCade weekend, there's some great places to visit. So there's a lot of stuff to do when you're not, watching the wrestling or at the meet and greets and all that stuff. We went to a restaurant. I forget the name of it. My wife will have to keep me honest, but it was a burger place, and they had Metallica playing, and it was real cool place. A lot of LGBTQ representation. They had pride flags up and everything. It was totally my vibe. We loved it. So
Okay. Sounds like we got a couple of places to visit. I'm glad you guys got some. She said Hefs.
Hefs. Okay, cool.
Hefs. Yes.
Yes, we'll have to go there.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, so that's going to be a whole lot of fun. Okay, before we dive into the world of women's wrestling, let's take a look at what Black Swan Zoe Dubois has to say.
Oh, JP, I respect and appreciate your humane mannerism with the concern that I'll fade to black. But monsieur, black is where I thrive. This is an open casket challenge, so why do you hesitate my offer? You know, in the business realm, there is a theory called the Black Swan theory. It warns not expecting the unexpected can create a major shift in one's repetitious cycle. Since I'm a theory in the flesh, I hope your reactions can accommodate to my actions to the best of your ability. Sure, you could have had Thunder Rosa or any of the other women at Mission Pro Wrestling, but I believe they don't want to waste their time getting their hands that dirty. As for me, I don't mind burying a body. So this 21st of October, Mission Pro Wrestling's Thriller will bring a new cloak of darkness as you lay nameless beneath this earth. Yet, I shall reciprocate the respect by at least marking your whereabouts. Not enough for a tombstone, but with a rock. Just one rock, with your cowboy hat on it. So I have one question for you, JP. Are you scared of the dark?
Okay.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. Yes, I am all for it.
Wow. All right, I'm terrified.
This is a casket match, and I love it. She said, "Are you scared of the dark? We will see. Let's go." I'm all
Oh
for
my
it.
goodness. Okay, folks, if you're not excited for this match by now, I don't think you have a pulse. I don't know what to tell you, because that was incredible.
Wow, that was awesome.
Yeah,
That
Mongrovian
is
Mike.
awesome. Oh, yeah, Poop. Yeah, Poop himself. Yes,
JP's
he
going
is.
down. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Woo!
I love that. I love that. The elegance and just the visual, and oh man, I'm super
Elegance
excited.
and fierce at the same time, though. Like she's, yeah, I could almost feel it. I kind of got chills. Feel like she's ready to do some damage. Yeah.
My goodness. Yeah, so I don't know what else to say to that. I will say that y'all who are here watching live get to see that first. It's pretty cool. We'll be posting that on
Wow.
our socials tomorrow, probably during during the day sometimes. So if you're here live, thank you for joining us. And we always like to bring something special for the live crowd.
Whew. It's a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah. Okay. Let me try to transition to something after that. I need like a moment. I need like a hug or something. Like I'm kind of
Oh
scared
no, I'm
still.
just thinking about it. Wow, that's so good. I just really hope that he's ready for this because yeah, I'm a little scared myself with the casket and everything, and now I don't want to be in the dark either anymore.
No, and Black Swan said that she would be kind enough to mark his whereabouts with a rock
With
and a
the
cowboy
rock.
hat.
All right, okay, I
All
will.
right,
Let's go.
let's shift on. So, okay, I have to this, we always talk about what are our favorite things going on in the world of women's wrestling, and I feel like every company's doing something cool.
Yeah,
Either they're presenting big matches or interesting stories. Some people are doing just really innovative things. I have to say this week, like NXT killed it in the world of women's wrestling.
yes, I totally
On
agree.
NXT on Tuesday alone was mostly women's segments and matches, and there were I think 20 or 21 women on the show, and that was crazy. And that's following obviously No Mercy, which was an amazing, amazing pay-per-view headline, main evented by Becky Lynch and Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
let's start there.
Okay.
I love the story that they've been telling with Tiffany, her build, her time as champion. I really expected her to just get the title back and have Becky kind of go back to the main roster, but it's not what we're doing here.
No.
And Tiffany, she showed up in a big, big way. Again, being in that spotlight with somebody like a Becky Lynch in a main event match, especially following the Carmelo Hayes Ilya Dragunov match, which was an
Yeah.
absolute banger, tore the house down.
Oh, yes.
I remember thinking, I don't know if you feel the same way, but at the end of that match, you're going, okay, Becky and Tiffany have to follow that. Like that's a tall order. I feel like they did.
Oh, I definitely think they did. But to your point, Tiffany lost again. Like what
Mm-hmm.
does that do for Tiffany? I mean, like even in Becky's promo this week, she gave Tiffany so much respect and props for that match and just both of them just really going at it and tearing up each other. But what does that do for Tiffany now? Because now she's lost twice, right? She's lost
Yeah.
twice to Becky,
Mm-hmm.
clean.
Yep.
So
Yep. She's lost twice to Becky Lynch. And of course, Becky cuts a promo, and then Lyra Valkyria, Indy Hartwell, and Roxanne Perez come out. There's some back and forth, and Becky's not cleared medically. She posted the pictures of her arm.
yeah,
She had 11
yeah,
staples coming out of that match.
yeah,
And
yeah.
Becky says, well, you can have a triple threat, and the winner gets to face me at Halloween Havoc for the title.
Yeah, and I like the idea. I like the idea that she put that match together, and kudos to her for having that authority. I like that
Well,
she
she's
put
a
that
man.
match. Yeah, she is the man. But what I do want to say about that match is not the match, but the promo session within itself before the match, where all the ladies came down and declared their reason why they should get a title match again. Roxanne didn't seem like a favorite. Like the crowd was booing her consistently. And I'm not used to that. She had a lot of boos going back and forth. So, I noticed that. But at the same time, Lyra did come up with the win. And she'll be facing Becky at Halloween Havoc. And I think that's going to be a great match because Lyra Valkyria, thank you. She has been really, really showing herself in the ring. Like she hits so hard. She has really been for the past, I want to say 3 or 4 weeks, just really showing that she deserves a chance at that belt. And I'm glad they're giving her an opportunity. You know what I mean? Because again, the Tiffany Stratton thing is obviously just gone now. I don't know. I don't know what happened with that, but it just seems like that's the end. And now we're looking forward to who else the man's going to run through.
Yeah, and I think just from the perspective of Becky working with a multitude of different people and giving them all an opportunity at a spotlight, it's a pretty good thing. Like, I don't think if they just had a 3 or 4 month run between Tiffany and Becky, it really doesn't help anybody else on the roster.
That's
so
true. That's true.
I feel like this gives, especially being in a promo segment with Becky and then having Becky on commentary for their match. Like, I like the way that she's interacting with people and helping to elevate other women on the roster. But a ton of stuff happened on NXT this week. That segment happened. There was the triple threat we just mentioned, and Lyra did win, and I was surprised. I thought for sure Roxanne was going to be headed back for the title, but that's not the case, because we found out later in the night Roxanne's going to be busy next week as Asuka's coming back to NXT to face Roxanne Perez. I don't know why.
I was just going to say, not sure how that story, falls into play, but hey, I want to see Asuka. I mean, I like Asuka.
Spirit of the fight. Hey, and I think that might be Roxanne's biggest, or I should say highest profile match. Not that she didn't hold titles, she's held world titles already, but just being in the ring with someone like Asuka,
this is Asuka.
She's gonna have to bring like her A game times 10.
Yeah. NXT.
Mrs. Monroe says they have everybody but Jesus coming next week, and she's not wrong.
There's a lot of surprise guests and interactions next week. But even like you said, this week they had the breakout tournament. They introduced a lot of new ladies that were going to fight to, I guess, see who's going to be the newest breakout star, woman star in NXT. But at the same time,
let's take a look at that just real quick. I have the bracket here. So Kalani Jordan versus Izzy Dame, Ariana Grace versus Jakara Jackson, Carmen Petrovic versus Jada Parker, Danny Palmer versus Lola Vice. A lot of these names are obviously new to us. They're new to NXT, or they're new to the NXT audience, I should say. And
they did have that one match already with Kalani Jordan and Izzy Dane, which I thought was a really good match because Kalani's so athletic, and then Dane is really strong. She's really strong. That's all I can really say is she was kind of, just overwhelming, which is a good thing, in wrestling. But Kalani did come out with that win and for the first win in the bracket. So introducing a lot of new women for us to see.
Yeah, it's exciting. No, I was gonna say, but we're not done. There were more women's matches. We saw Gigi Dolan versus Blair Davenport. And Blair Davenport lost and then attacked the ref and tried to choke her out.
Lost her mind. That's what she did. She lost it and lost her mind. Now I can't wait to see what is the fine for this. What is the fine? You do not touch the referees. Bad girl.
I'm with you there. Never touch the referee.
And then yet another match.
And there was another match. Thea Hale and JC Jane versus Lola Vice and Elektra Lopez.
Yeah.
I am such a huge fan of what Thea Hale's doing. I will say that my only issue, and I'm a fan of her using the Kimura or the double wrist lock as a finisher, but please somebody show her how to lock it in correctly. Like, it's driving me crazy as somebody who's followed combat sports and done some training.
I don't really know. It just looked good to me on TV. This is what just being a fan is.
I don't know. But it was a good match, and I'm glad to see Thea getting keeping that momentum with her new character. See where it goes.
Yeah.
I think that was all the women's matches on NXT, which again was like most of the show.
Yeah. So it was a really, really predominant predominantly women's show, and all the matches killed. The promos killed. I thought some of these ladies had some very good promos on there as well. Like it was a great show. NXT was a great show this week.
Yeah, it's become probably my next NXT and SmackDown are my two favorite shows right now for different reasons. I love seeing new talent. I love seeing them working with the way that the main roster talent's been rotated in and sort of fitting in ways that make sense. But then you go to SmackDown and it's just the whole storytelling, episodic. I got to see what happens next type of deal. But yeah, just real quick, like next week on NXT, John Cena is going to be on, Paul Heyman, Cody Rhodes. Again, Asuka's coming, and then you've already have Becky Lynch and Baron Corbin from the main roster on there already. So it's pretty exciting.
Andy Hartwell says she can bounce back and forth if she wanna, like
I guess you can just decide that. I don't know.
It's just it is what it is these days. But what I can say is them bringing the main roster talent down and having them interact is making me want to watch more. So yeah, I think that's a great thing.
Yeah. I was less a fan of Raw this week. There was a brawl backstage with Shayna Baszler and Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax and Raquel Gonzalez or Raquel Rodriguez. Why?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought you were going to tell me. I thought it was like hypothetical.
No, I don't know.
I'm like, yeah.
No, there's no reason for it. I mean, and I don't think it helps Shayna Baszler at all.
No. It was very confusing because it didn't really lead to anything. So yeah.
And I thought Shayna was teamed up with Zoe Stark. Like, what are we doing there? Like, did I miss something or did I miss a week?
Like I said, it was confusing. I and you are correct. They were teamed up together. So I don't know.
I don't know. I don't either.
Yeah.
Maybe Zoe's on assignment somewhere.
Maybe she's chasing Trish again and trying to get Trish back. I don't know.
Maybe.
Thank you, Trish. Thank you.
Yeah. I just figure it out because you guys are so good at giving us stories. This is a miss, and I feel like it was just filler.
It was probably a lazy night. I don't know, an off night.
Lazy is a good way to describe it.
Yeah, because because
we had Tegan Knox versus Chelsea Green, and Chelsea Green is widely entertaining. All of her backstage stuff on Twitter as a character, she's outstanding. But I don't really get any investment into whether she wins or loses a match. And maybe
the crazy part about it is I didn't even expect her to win the match, if that makes sense. Like,
it's good because she didn't.
She's a character, and that's what it just seems like that's what she is, a character. There was very little in that match that she did, even with Tegan Knox just coming back to make you think like this should be the women's champion.
Yeah.
Should be a tag team champion. I mean, I don't know. And then they flipping the belts like 3-4 times. She gets to flip a coin and pick a new partner and all that. I don't know. It's what it is. I don't know about that. So
yeah, I'm a big fan of seeing Piper Niven on TV. I'm glad she's back. I'm glad she's doing something. I don't know if it's great yet. We'll have to wait and see. But
something she's
there, and I'm a big fan of her as a wrestler. So And Pepe says this is interesting. They have to go back to the hot mess. So Chelsea Green was the hot mess, Laurel Van Ness, and Trenda was there with us in the NWA studio when she turned back into that, and it was great. But I feel like I don't know if you feel the same way. I feel like that's not a character for WWE audience.
I was just about to say that's not WWE. That they're not gonna let her be, which is oh my God, it's so repetitive because everybody says that they're not gonna let them be the hot mess or the talent that they want to be. It's gonna be a different version. It's gonna be probably a version we're not gonna really enjoy, and then we're gonna regret it, and then it's gonna be WWE. So,
Yeah,
like
and I'll go.
a lot of characters.
And I know you and I feel the same way. Mrs. Rosa's crazy woman is passe, and I agree. Like there was a period of time where every woman was crazy and unpredictable and off their rocker, and you're like, all right, can we move on from that? Because not everybody is in that situation. Can we just build characters? And they've done a much better job of it in recent years. But man, a few years ago, that seemed like that was the only character trait.
Yeah, I kind of feel like this Raw roster right now, as far as the women, everybody's kind of just all over the place. There's no real structure for it. I don't know if they're restructuring. Maybe they're trying to get some things together, but they're just there. It's not a lot of meat behind anything, if that makes sense. So
It does, because if you look at Fastlane is Saturday,
mhm.
and it's Io Sky versus Asuka versus Charlotte. That's an amazing lineup, right?
Yes, that stinks from
Absolutely.
SmackDown. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's going to deliver. It's going to be an awesome match, but like why? I feel like, to me, the interest is in Io versus Asuka in a long-term program, best of 7 series, something. But like, and I'm a big fan of Charlotte, but I don't feel like she needs to be in this story. Like there's a lot of other people she could be working with, in my opinion.
I wonder, but what do you think would make them put her in this line though? Because Oscar doesn't need help, and I don't think Io needs any help. And why is Charlotte there? I mean, I could understand maybe them starting off the little side feud with her and Bailey, and then them. I thought that's what they were leading to where that might even them feuding again or feuding currently would have been very interesting. I mean, because again, I don't know. I don't know why that's even happening. I did see though that Bailey just volunteered somebody's belt like it was hers though for a triple threat and told someone what they were speaking in their native language. So that was interesting within itself. Yeah, that's what she said. She said she wants a triple threat match. She's like, no, that's not what she said. Yeah, that's what she said. I'm like, oh, I but hey, see where that goes.
Wow. Okay. I don't want anybody speaking for me. My titles.
Yeah, I would have been like, excuse me, no, thank you, no, thank you. I'll pass. No, thank you. That's crazy. But
Bailey is hilarious. Like, and Pepe's right. Like, I think Bailey, um, first ballot Hall of Famer. Like the work that she did in NXT, the character work. When she turned heel, everyone was like, "Oh, this is never going to work. She's just too popular." And boy, she figured it out. And then
yeah.
the pandemic hit, and Bailey and Sasha, especially the Bailey and Michael Cole stuff, was some of the best.
Still though, she still gives Michael Cole a hard time. She yelled in the ring on SmackDown at Michael Cole, like "Shut up!" Like she still does it every once in a while. And I love it. I love it. She still messes with Michael Cole, but yeah.
She has a feud with Michael Cole that's like 3.5 years long.
And no one's really talking about it. Now that's the feud. That's
Hey,
the
we are.
story everybody needs to be talking about.
Yeah. Yeah. So
Oh,
there's a lot of interesting stuff going on over there. Like I'm gonna be interested to see if they introduce another women's match from SmackDown that might be on the Fastlane pay-per-view. I didn't see anything that
no.
triple threat is the only women's match I
Yeah, that's
think
the
that's
only one
advertised right now.
they announced. Yeah.
They'll advertise something else. It won't be just one.
I'm
Speaking of which,
working a lot of stuff tomorrow. Yeah.
yeah, probably. Speaking of which, Wrestle Dream was this weekend. I genuinely think Julia Hart has progressed so much as a wrestler, and I think she had a very, very good match with Chris Statlander.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
I wish there had been more women's matches on a card that had 14 matches over 5.5 hours.
Yeah. Yeah,
But
there could
but
have
I
been.
the match that we did see was very good. And I should say, like, the match on the pre-show, the mixed tag match was actually very good too. I mean, you had Athena, Keith Lee, and Kojima and Billy Starks versus Lee Moriarty, Mercedes Martinez, Diamante, and Shane Taylor. That's a really interesting mix of people. And I thought it was fun. It was a fun match, and I was really glad to see Billy Starks in there. Billy Starks is incredibly talented, very young. I think she's like just 18 now,
Yeah.
and the future is very bright for Billy Starks.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what happens with her. She's great. Yeah.
Yep. But Wrestle Dream was fun. A lot of stuff going on this weekend, as I said. I know you don't want to spoil Impact because a lot of people are either watching it or have not seen it from tonight yet. But anything big going on over there that we need to be paying attention to?
I mean, I don't want to say there's some big things going on. I mean, Impact has a lot of exciting things always going on, especially in the women's division and the knockouts division. So with that though, I just like to say I think it's great to see Miss Tasha Steele's back in the Impact ring again, and I love watching her, and I hope to see her a lot more often. I just love her.
Man, I'm a huge fan of Tasha Steele's. My wife and I used to see Tasha here at Queens of Combat in the in Charlotte before the pandemic. She had a year-long feud with Diamante that was just off the chain. It was a whole year, and every month or so when they ran shows, they would thread the feud through the whole show. They would feud out in public. They were out in parking lots, like just. I think my wife had to catch Tasha a few times as she got thrown into the
Oh
audience.
wow. Hands on with the action. Yeah.
Yeah, head on a swivel. Yeah,
Oh.
so I'm glad to see. She was really good on Busted Open too.
Yeah, I hope they have her on there as a guest host or as a host a lot more often. She brings a lot of that
Flavor.
pizzazz to the show, a lot of that flavor. Yeah.
She and Dave are really good together. I would like to see that as well. Speaking of Busted Open, tomorrow Dave and Thunder will be hosting, and they're going to have Savage Gentleman Victor Benjamin on. He's a really cool dude, an amazing martial artist, and great pro wrestler. So I'm sure Thunder and Dave will have fun.
Oh yeah, yeah, definitely. And don't forget also they will also on Busted Open 11 o'clock Eastern, EC3, and Tiffany will also be again promoting the show that they will be having on Saturday as well.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, Trenda, I know you've had a long day, a lot of traveling. I appreciate everybody in the chat. We had a lot of fun tonight. Stay tuned to our socials. We've got more stuff coming up. We got Match Monday on Mondays. On a Mission Tuesday, there'll be another guest next week. I think we have some special things lined up for next Thursday show too. Yeah. So make sure you stay tuned.
Yes. Please go out and sponsor our wrestlers for Thriller on October 21st. So get out there. We got to see what Black Swan is going to do to JP. Hopefully he's able to show up. I don't know. If I was him, I'd be a little scared. I might not even show up. I might not, you know.
You can hide.
Yeah, I hide.
Yeah, if you're interested in a sponsorship opportunity, there are some great perks that come along with our sponsorship. Email us at missionprowrestling@gmail.com and we'll get right back to you, give you all the details about sponsorship. We're reworking the website now, so everything's a little more streamlined. It's a little easier to find everything. More updates to come soon, but yeah, we're doing a lot of work, a lot of updates. Stay tuned to everything. Trenda, where can people find you on the socials?
I am at Trenda Majellan. That's Majellan with a J, not a G, across all the socials.
Very nice. And I am PW Front Row across all the socials. You can also find me on Saturday nights on the Nation's Corner, proud sponsor of Mission Pro Wrestling, day one sponsor. And we are going to have a good time this week. We had Izzy Moreno on last week. Go check that out on the Nation's Corner YouTube channel. She was a boatload of fun. Really interesting interview. So go catch up with that as well.
Ooh.
All right, everybody. Make sure you follow us across all the socials. Like, subscribe, set those notifications, and we're going to see you all again next time. Thanks, everyone.